What is up, everybody? It is your boy Farai. Thank you once again for tuning into another video, man. Shout out Notification Squad. Hope you're having a great day. In today's video, don't forget to smash like. I always forget to say that. Nonetheless, man, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a quick trick that I've learned to really maximize your 2-track instrumental. So, for example, if you're mixing a track and you only have the beat, there's a little trick you can actually utilize to actually get more out of that 2-track instrumental, a bit of kind of decoding and sampling and that kind of thing. So stick around, man, if you feel that your beats, don't have that wideness to them and that kind of thing, and there's nothing really you can do because you only have the WAV file or MP3. So yeah, pretty much what we're going to be doing is we're going to be duplicating a part of the beat itself. You can do this with the drums if you want to parallel compress the drums. You can do this with the melody. Specifically, we are focusing on the initial looped melody of the track. So you are going to have your tracks in sync. As you can see, my tracks are in sync, so it is easy to chop stuff up and do some rearranging. The first place I actually got the sample was from here. So as you can see, it's the beginning of the beat. So let me just play that. So it's a really cool sample, dark boy beat, but once we have the drums playing it, it doesn't really hit as much as you'd like it to. So you know what I mean? It's just like if I had the stems, I would have added some real nice weight and width to the synths. So that's pretty much what we've done. So we'll be breaking down how to do that. We've done that twice, and then we've got a cool little bonus over here on part of the chorus. But basically what we'll be doing is, right, so as you can see, I have selected this part of the track. You can see I've used my cut tool, and I've pretty much just sliced a bit of the beat away. And then what I did was I held in the shift key, and then you can just left click and drag up or down or wherever, and then you can see you actually duplicate that track, but it's not duplicated yet. What you essentially want to do is hover over this top right hand corner, and then you want to go and make that clip unique. And what you're going to end up with is a unique clip, like these two. As you can see, I've just done some renaming just to keep things organized. But yeah, you'll end up with different clips, and what you can do with those different clips is actually then route them to different tracks and then have that duplicate there, and then from there on out, that's where we're going to be doing our parallel processing, and that's how we can end up with a cool result. So the first thing I'll do is I'll just play you a bit of the track right here without the kind of parallel stuff going on, and then what I'll do is you'll see there's a little section in the track without any beat, so you can kind of hear what it sounds like before and then after. So just pay attention to that. So I'll let you listen again, and then I'll just kind of bounce between the two so you can really hear the difference. So that's without. Just a bit wider. So let's get into the mixer side of things. Firstly, I'll just kind of show you what I actually have going on. The first time I duplicated it, I came up with this, and basically what it is a stereo kind of widening effect of the keys. Now the beautiful thing about being able to loop this, and because hip-hop beats are pretty repetitive, we can obviously just loop it and then bring it in and out when we like. And we can then use that to our advantage. So the first track that I duplicated ended up sounding like this. We'll talk about the changes now. And remember, you can do this with drums as well. You're obviously just going to use parallel compression if you really want to beef up the drums, and have the drums kind of pop in and out of the track. So this is what the first one sounds like. So that sounds a bit different from the original. I've got the original right here just so you can compare. So let's just play that again real quick. So pretty cool, but then if I solo this one, it's obviously a bit louder, right? But if you want to hear the two together, so they kind of compare, they kind of add on to this kind of wide and kind of cool eerie sound that we have going on. So there you kind of hear that nice chorusing going on, and that's really nice, man. It definitely adds to the character of the track. Obviously with your one, you want to adjust it how your track sounds. So this beat and the sample is very much kind of dreamlike, so we really want to go for that kind of chorusy moonlight type sound. So So if I disable these effect, it's cool, it's safe, but it doesn't have that nice extra sound. So that's really what's going on. So that was the first one. I'll just kind of run through what I'm doing. As you can see, I'm also setting it to a delay, so that gives us a nice delayed kind of sound as well, which is just a simple delay. You can use any delay you like. I like using this Korg one. It has a cool 80s vibe to it. But basically what I'm doing is, right, the first thing I'm going to run the sample into, let's just loop it real quick so we can just play it. The first thing I do, let's turn everything off, right? So obviously without any effects, it's just exactly the same as the beat, right? But if I turn on the first chorusing effect, which is going to be our Eventide H3000, and what we're going to be doing is using the dual shift preset, except I've narrowed this the shift left and right thing inwards back to 50, so it doesn't sound too crazy. Obviously, if I was to manipulate these, things go really wonky, and we don't want to make it sound too different from the original. So, you know, you don't want to pitch things too crazy, but you do want to chorus them. So this is going to do a bulk of the chorusing. I just toned back the mix knob a little bit so I could get a little bit more clarity out of it. But essentially, this is going to create a flanger effect. If you don't have something fancy like this, you can just use the Fruity Flangers, Fruity Phaser, Fruity Chorus, whatever you can get your hands on. There's a bunch of cool flangers out there as well. The DLYM plugin is amazing, so you can go and check that out. But yeah, pretty cool. After that, you know, I love the SSL EQ, so I decided to put a bit of SSL EQ on it, and this is where we get our volume back. I think I am doing quite a lot of compression, I'm doing some high passing, and I'm really doing some cool tone shaping to really pop the effect out, because obviously the level is low, so we obviously want to emphasize it. So now you can hear it's kind of like, it's different, it's popped up. I wish this could have been the main one, obviously, because then we get that really nice influence, but you know. What we also benefit from is just kind of boosting that root note of the sound, so we get that kind of pronounced melody going on. We're also compressing it a little bit just to really tone it back, because it does pop quite a bit. But I just felt like it was popping out in the track a bit too much. So what I decided to do then is, you know what I mean, just kind of use a DBX compressor by Waves just to really tone it back. And then we walk away with this really nice vintage, almost kind of like Rhodes sound. So if I play that with the drums, I should have actually played it with the drums to make it sound cooler. But you know, right here we'll just play that. As you can see right there, that second melody just kind of pops the track out. So the second melody, man, is pretty much a, you know, we had our stereo version, right? Let me just find it. We had our stereo version. Now we want to kind of mono in the track, because I realized when I was listening to the track, which you should do as well, I was listening to the track with one speaker. I realized in mono, obviously, I realized that the melody was kind of vanishing. So you still want that root note of the melody to be present. So what I did for that is I made another duplicate, and then I did this right here. Oops, I didn't turn that on. I just remembered I turned something off. But anyway, with this one right here, man, mono, pretty much what I did was I monoed the track in. So I just used the S1 imager, which is cool. Just made it absolutely mono. But then I added this plugin boutique SSL, and it's going to naturally kind of just slightly separate the left and right channels. So it's kind of mono, but it's also kind of stereo too. So it's like 2% wide. As you can see, the left and right are kind of out of order, but it's still a mono signal now that we've monoed it in, right? And I did that because obviously I want the track when listened to in mono to still have that melody there, you know what I mean? So that's why that's right there. And as you can see, I focused on boosting 200 to really give that melody warmth, because that's something I would have done myself. And then I really poked the track out at 200 hertz again, and then as well at 2.2 kilohertz, and you can see what that sounds like with the EQ bypassed and engaged. So, you know, I hear a lot of, you know, beat makers and whatnot. I know TM said it a long time ago. He doesn't mixes beats at all really, but I definitely think in today's time it's important to try and at least EQ your melodies and create cool background effects for the melodies. I really think it's going to add fullness to your track, and it's going to attract more listeners and rappers and that kind of thing. So as you can see right there, we have the mono, so that's pretty cool. I then smashed that into an 1176 right here. I was kind of listening to both, and I decided to go with this T-Rex. It kind of adds a nice bass warmness to the track. As you can hear, it just adds a nice energy in the kind of lower mids. And once we mix that together with our stereo effect, we kind of get this really nice reinvented sound. And then obviously with the beat, I mean, if we didn't have any of this going on, once we hit that transition, can you hear that absolutely crazy difference right there? Can you hear the difference? It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, man, there you go. Last bonus, I have a reverse going on. So basically what I did was I just rendered out this sample, the main sample, and then I just reversed it, and then you end up with this. And all I did there, so we made sure it wasn't kind of getting all crazy and phasey, I just made sure to over compress it so it doesn't pop out the track too much, and then I just did some really cool EQ, and that's pretty much what we have going on. So that's really a foolproof method to enhancing your beats. Obviously when you don't have the stems, obviously if you have the stems, you're going to focus a day on really making sure everything fits well. But obviously if you only have access to the 2-track, start looking around the beat, you know what I mean? You could even do something like this over here. You could probably pull the sample and make something cool out of it. You know what I mean? I'm sure I could do something crazy. So for example, I could do this, I'll duplicate that, and then we could do something like this. So let's just kind of push it up. So that'll take some time. And then obviously then we could, add that to, for example, this mono section right here. If we really wanted to. Obviously that sounds a bit crazy, kind of like some Mike Dean stuff, but we could do something like this as well. I don't think that sounds too bad. And you can do crazy things, man. I mean, really open up your mind towards doing stuff like this, and your client's going to be a lot happier. Your songs are going to sound a lot fuller, and you know what I mean, you can have some real fun in FL Studio. Nonetheless, hope you enjoyed yourself, man. Definitely check out my beat mixing template. If you are recording vocals, definitely check out my vocal mixing templates, as well as the vocal recording course, vocal mixing course, and vocal enhancer, all the good stuff. Links in the description. Definitely make sure to sub if you've not. Smash like and have a great day. I'll check you out next time. Peace out.